welcome to Hatching for Health. I am your host, Jessica Hatch, and we are so excited about the mini episodes that we are going to bring to you, where we are bringing on children with rare diseases, disabilities, and disorders, partnered by physicians that are leading experts in these particular diseases, so they can share with us the ways that we can help these children and really improve their life. This is something that we are blessed to be able to do, and the opportunity to share this story, these various stories with you guys. We will not only have the children and their families on, but we're also going to have organizations like HeartGift and others that are going to tell their story and what they're doing for children all around the world. Hatching for Health is not just an organization that's here to help children nationally, but rather internationally. We want to be able to help those that don't have the right resources medically or financially in the countries all around the world. So we hope that you guys will tune in to each and every episode and either be inspired or learn something about someone else that you might be able to refer us. Anybody that we can help, we would love to be able to. You can go to hatchingforhealth.org to reach out to us. We also ask that you download the NTV app so you can stay tuned into each and every episode that we have, and follow us on social media, which will be ntv.com as well as Hatching for Health. We are now going to have you tune into a very special video brought to us by HeartGift. This organization helps children from around the world that have congenital heart diseases and disorders. This video allows us to see exactly what HeartGift does for children. It takes a child that is from a Nigerian country and shares the story from when they were first introduced to this organization and how they are able to help with a hole that he had in his heart. What a special opportunity that they are given to take this blessing on. And Hatching for Health is now given the opportunity to share these stories. So we hope that you will enjoy this episode and tune in.
Purity, what do you know about the reason that you're here? Do you know why you've come all of this way, so far away from home? Why?
HeartGift is an organization that receives from around the world children that have no access to heart surgery. These kids are born with congenital defects that will limit their life. HeartGift does their surgery, which is totally correctional, so that they will now have a normal functioning heart and have a normal lifestyle.
We bring a child here from another country, introduce them to their host family, help shepherd them through their healthcare journey at the hospital. They get their heart surgery. They come back to the host family. They're healthy. They can do all those things that they couldn't do before. Every single child and their caregiver, their mom, their dad, has a different story. And that's what drives me.
At times when I pass, people will just look and say, this one will not survive it. I will be crying. I will just call God, come and help me.
I'm in the heart.
Right? That there's a problem with your heart that you were born with, right, as a baby. I know that we will be able to help you and make your heart stronger.
I'm going home happy because when we were coming to this side, my son was sick. He was weak, but now I'm going home happy because my son is strong and okay.
I feel better. I can breathe. And I'm strong. Thank you for helping me do my art. Now I'm okay. I'm strong. I can do anything.
Wow, what an amazing story that was. Being able to watch that video and hear exactly the process and the steps that HeartGift takes to help these children from around the world. So when we come back from the break, we will be joined by our guest from HeartGift.
शुगरलैंड में आ रहा है अलरब्बा वर्ल्ड फूड। 61,000 स्क्वायर फीट में होगा आपका अपना देसी मिनी मॉल, जहां ग्रोसरी से लेकर होम फर्निशिंग तक ये है वन स्टॉप शॉप डेस्टिनेशन लोकेटेड इन न्यू टेरिटरी एरिया एट यूनिवर्सिटी एंड ग्रैंड पार्कवे। अलरब्बा offers retail space for all businesses. Al-Rabba World Foods. For more information, call Amir Ali at 512-652-8462. सुनो, आज क्या पकाऊं?
कुछ नया पकाओ यार।
हर रोज का है देखो एक ही सवाल, आज क्या पकाऊं? क्या है ख्याल?
आ
गए नए मलका रेसिपी मसाले, खालिस और बेहतरीन अज्जा, मुनफरिद जायका, नो एडेड एमएसजी और ग्लूटेन से महफूज। लखनवी बिरयानी, हैदराबादी अचार गोश्त, पंजाबी तड़का दाल, पेशावरी कढ़ाई। मुझको देखो मिल गया इसका एक हल, रोज है मजा नया, आज हो या कल।
आज तो कमाल कर दिया।
कमाल तो मलका ने किया है।
तुम ही तो हो मेरे दिल की मलका।
मलका, कुछ नया पकाओ।
Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living, no home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Houston, creating real possibilities.
Kick off the new year with a new Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac. Own the new 2020 Cadillac Escalade with $9,000 customer cash, or drive for just $829 a month. The first ever 2020 XT6 premium luxury crossover for $499 a month, or the new 2020 XT4 luxury collection just $379 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer, RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
मनपसंद सुपरमार्केट जहां की फ्रेश वेजिटेबल्स, स्पाइसेस, फ्रोजन फूड आइटम्स आपको सबसे अच्छे प्राइस में मिलेंगी और हलाल ज़बीहा मीट भी मिलेगा। दाम मनपसंद, नाम मनपसंद, तो फिर क्यों ना जाए मनपसंद। लोकेटेड एट विलक्रेस्ट ड्राइव, ह्यूस्टन, नॉर्थ हाईवे एंड विलियम कैनन ड्राइव, ऑस्टिन, टेक्सास। तो नाम याद रखिएगा, मनपसंद सुपरमार्केट।
डुबकी लगा ससीटो का मजा बड़ा ससीटो टमाटो केचप मजे की डुबकी।
Welcome back from after the break. We are now going to be joined by Rachel Wright from HeartGift. Now, HeartGift is an organization that helps children from all around the world with life-saving heart surgeries. Now let's meet Rachel Wright, who is the executive director there with HeartGift. How are you?
Well, how are you?
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming out and kind of being able to share a little bit more about what your organization is doing. So tell me, are you from the Houston area?
I've lived in Houston for 13 years, and I've worked with HeartGift for just under 7.
Okay. And they've been, it sounded like 2000 is whenever they originally opened?
Yes, HeartGift, the HeartGift Foundation is about to celebrate our 20th anniversary this year, so it's very exciting. And during that time, we've served over 400 patients from over 30 countries.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And you guys are based out of Austin, Texas, is that right?
That's correct. Our headquarters is in Austin, and then we have local chapters that partner with local children's hospitals in the local cities. So the chapters are in Austin, San Antonio, New Orleans, Louisiana, and here in Houston.
Okay, so but yet y'all are helping people all around the world, but have, quite a number of chapters just within Texas, really.
Yes.
And in Louisiana. So are the founders, were they from the United States, or are they actually international?
The founders of HeartGift are Chip Oswalt and Ray Wilkerson, and they started HeartGift, and they're both from Austin, Texas, and the idea came from a time that they were on a fishing trip in South America, and HeartGift was born.
That's amazing. So tell me kind of like in your own words, like the main goal of HeartGift and what they're working to accomplish?
Sure. HeartGift's main goal is to provide life-saving heart surgery for children from around the world where access to that care is either scarce or non-existent. So all the children that we bring for heart surgery or provide heart surgery for in any way are children that really wouldn't have availability. That care would not be available to them if someone like HeartGift did not come in and facilitate that for them.
Of course. And kind of even, on a personal level from Hatching for Health, I know I had reached out to you guys with a little girl from the Philippines that has the tetralogy of Fallot, which is a congenital heart disease. And I know that's where I was given the opportunity to meet you and kind of discuss that with you. And so I guess I would like to know, for viewers as well, if they have a child or know of a child that was born with this disease, like how would they go about connecting with you guys and what approach would they need to take?
Sure, absolutely. You can actually refer a child or have the parents of that child refer them directly on our website, which is heartgift.org. There's a section called Refer a Patient.
Okay.
All of our patients are 14 years of age or younger.
Okay.
And all the qualifications are there on the website, but the main qualifications 14 and younger, and they have a heart defect that can be fixed with one surgery or one heart repair.
Oh, really? Okay. So some of the very specific criteria is 14 or younger, what they're needing only be kind of like a one surgery procedure, not where they're going to need multiple,
Correct.
surgeries.
We just don't have the capacity to track the children and be bringing them back and forth for surgery. So we bring them here. The child stays with a host family where at least one person speaks the language of the child and their caregiver. And they're here for about 4 to 6 weeks while their heart is being repaired, and then they return home to their families in home countries.
So when they're coming, are they typically accompanied by their parents or one of the parent, or do they come alone sometimes?
We try not to have a child come alone. It's really, heart surgery is a really big deal, and having your primary caregiver with you is very important. But in order to continue to have a healthy relationship with the State Department and get visas for the children to be able to come, we bring one caregiver, and then usually one caregiver remains at home, potentially with brothers and sisters or
so it doesn't sound like it's an easy process. I mean, coordinating all that, like how difficult is it? Getting everything in line between, like you said, kind of their visa, the embassies and everything.
Sometimes everything runs really smoothly and sometimes there's little hiccups in the road. That's just the nature of working with folks internationally and working with patients with heart defects. But the parents we work with and the other nonprofit organizations we partner with are highly motivated to for these children to receive treatment because they desperately need it. And so I think that really helps iron out any, difficulties that come along.
So with Esther, going back to the little girl from the Philippines that I know with her, the embassy wanted to see like an actual letter from the facility that was going to perform the surgery. Kind of everything documented as to like, this is exactly where it's going to take place. This is the doctor. Is it kind of a similar process?
It is. HeartGift helps facilitate that process because we have unique partnerships with local physicians and local hospitals. They're able to provide that for us. So HeartGift provides them something saying, yes, we are doing this for this child and that we're caring for their non-medical needs. And then the hospital or physician provides a letter saying that they will be providing for their medical care needs while they're here.
So I think one of the most important things to highlight is this is something that you guys don't take any penny from the child, the family. I mean, y'all are covering this expense as a foundation, is that right?
Correct. So it's all in the name HeartGift. This is a gift of a mended heart that we're giving to the families. We're able to do this work because we have unique partnerships with local hospitals. We do pay them a stipend for the care that the child receives. And then we also provide airfare and any of the things, prescriptions, any of the things they need while they're here. So it costs HeartGift roughly $25,000 in donated funds for each child that we bring for surgery.
Oh, wow. So a lot of these hospitals and doctors are really kind of doing this in a charitable, level, because I know these surgeries are typically $80,000 to up to $200,000 in some instances.
We're definitely grateful for the hospital partnerships and everything that they provide for HeartGift, and we try to always express that in every way possible, and also share that with the team and the folks that are giving. You know, nurses and doctors probably aren't going to get together and go to the food bank or Habitat for Humanity and build houses. But HeartGift's something they can do as a team to help serve a child they know would not receive care.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think one of the biggest things too is these children that are coming from, different countries around the world. Kind of tell us a little bit about that, because a lot of times they don't even if they had the financial resources, they don't actually have the medical capacity to help them. Is that right?
That's true. It's in a lot of countries, the cardiac programs are not where they need to be to serve the children or to serve the heart defect that they need care for, and that's where HeartGift can step in the gap and provide that care when it's not accessible or really not there at all.
Yeah. So I guess tell me a little bit about your position with the company and kind of what your day-to-day, what you're doing for them.
Sure. So I'm the executive director for our Houston chapter. So anything that needs to be done here in the Houston area, I do along with our local board of volunteers who help me in so many ways. It's not fathomable really what all they do, but
I bet.
My job really encompasses all the hats. I work with patients and families and organizations around the world to bring the patients here. I work with Children's Memorial Hermann Hospital, who is our partner here in Houston, and scheduling surgeries and doctor's appointments and getting that ball moving. And I also work with local volunteers from different cultural organizations and families in general to host the children, provide transportation, meals, all those things while they're here, as well as raising all the funds we need for the heart. Yes.
And I want to go into more detail and learn a little bit more about some of those children specifically you're helping right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
शुगरलैंड में आ रहा है अलरबा वर्ल्ड फूड। 61,000 स्क्वायर फीट में होगा आपका अपना देसी मिनी मॉल, जहां ग्रोसरी से लेकर होम फर्निशिंग तक ये है वन स्टॉप शॉप डेस्टिनेशन लोकेटेड इन न्यू टेरिटरी एरिया एट यूनिवर्सिटी एंड ग्रैंड पार्कवे। अलरबा offers retail space for all businesses. Alrabba World Foods. For more information, call Amir Ali at 512-652-8462.
सुनो, आज क्या पकाऊं?
कुछ नया पकाओ यार।
हर रोज का है देखो, एक ही सवाल, आज क्या पकाऊं? क्या है ख्याल? आ गई नई मलका रेसिपी मसाले, खालिस और बेहतरीन अज्जा, मुनफरिद जायका, नो एडेड MSG और ग्लूटेन से महफूज। लखनवी बिरयानी, हैदराबादी अचार गोश्त, पंजाबी तड़का दाल, पेशावरी कढ़ाई। मुझको देखो मिल गया इसका एक हल, रोज है मजा नया, आज हो या कल।
आज तो कमाल कर दिया।
कमाल तो मलका ने किया है।
तुम ही तो हो मेरे दिल की मलका।
मलका, कुछ नया पकाओ।
Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living, no home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Houston, creating real possibilities.
Kick off the new year with a new Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac. Own the new 2020 Cadillac Escalade with $9,000 customer cash or drive for just $829 a month. The first ever 2020 XT6 premium luxury crossover for $499 a month, or the new 2020 XT4 luxury collection just $379 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer, RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
मनपसंद सुपरमार्केट जहां की फ्रेश वेजिटेबल्स, स्पाइसेस, फ्रोजन फूड आइटम्स आपको सबसे अच्छे प्राइस में मिलेंगी और हलाल ज़बीहा मीट भी मिलेगा। दाम मनपसंद, नाम मनपसंद, तो फिर क्यों ना जाए मनपसंद? Located at Wilcrest Drive, Houston, North Highway and William Cannon Drive, Austin, Texas. तो नाम याद रखिएगा, मनपसंद सुपरमार्केट।
डुबकी लगा ससीटो का मजा बड़ा ससीटो टोमेटो केचप मजे की डुबकी।
Welcome back from the break. We are still here joined by Rachel Wright with HeartGift, and we're going to go into some details about some children's lives that she is helping right here in the Houston area. So tell me, you were, just touching on the various things that you do on a daily basis as the executive director of HeartGift. You mentioned right now you have a child that you just had a post-op appointment with that's from Bolivia.
Yes.
So tell us about that surgery and what took place.
Sure. We have a little girl named Anahi. She actually goes by Karen, which is much easier for me to say.
Yeah.
She's currently here in Houston from La Paz, Bolivia, and she had surgery at the end of January to close a hole in her heart known as an ASD, or an atrial septal defect.
Amazing.
And great recovery. Of course, the folks at Children's Memorial Hermann Hospital take amazing care of all their patients. And she had a post-operative appointment this morning.
Okay.
And is scheduled to go back home to Bolivia on February 17th. So far, everything's rolling right along for her.
Definitely. And who was the surgeon that did that surgery for her?
Dr. Dodge Katami performed the surgery.
Okay. And he's a pediatric
cardiothoracic surgeon.
Okay.
Yes.
And so with Children's Memorial Hermann, do they have a few of those type of doctors, or just 2 or 3 that actually work with y'all?
We work with a couple of the doctors here, but I believe they have 4 or 5 surgeons. I'd have to
Yeah, no, the name that you mentioned,
so.
I've heard of him and Dr. Salazar, but I know that they probably have others as much, they're doing for other children, not just tied to you guys as well. So she did a pre-op appointment today, and then she'll have another visit next week.
Yes,
right?
She has, today was with the CV surgery, just to make sure the incision was healing properly and all of those things. And then next week she'll follow up with the pediatric cardiologist.
Okay. So what is, I guess, kind of during the recovery process, is she, laid up in a hospital, or is she in the comfort of a, facility?
No, she's staying with a host home here in Houston, and she's doing all the things that a little 9-year-old would do, except for she's not going to school because she's having to take a little break. But she actually turned 9 over the weekend and had a little birthday party, and they went to the beach yesterday so that she could see the ocean, as Bolivia is landlocked, so she'd never seen the ocean. So she's actually
amazing.
She was in the hospital for 4 days, but now she can run, she can play, she can do all kinds of things.
So it's that quick of a recovery from the surgery that was done?
Every surgery is different. Every child is different. So I never want to say how long a child will be in the hospital because everyone's different, but it certainly can be.
It sounds like it went really well for her. And I think you mentioned earlier too in discussion that kind of in the initial phases, they weren't really sure how invasive the surgery was going to be until they actually kind of got in there through the exploratory surgery part.
With certain heart defects, they can be closed utilizing a catheterization procedure where they might go through the leg to close that, which is a very non-invasive surgery. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite to the point where they could do that for her, and we had to have an open heart surgery. But so that's always the goal, to try to do the minimal first, but not always possible.
So, but it was still completely open heart where they're having to,
what they did was a right axillary incision, so there was not a need to go in the front of her chest. They were able to go from the side to repair that.
Which
defect.
you mentioned, so there wasn't any breaking of, I guess, kind of the chest
her
cavity.
sternum, correct.
Yeah, which I can imagine is much less invasive recovery than if you're having to have any kind of, bones broken.
Yeah, so right now she has very little restrictions. She can do so many things. She's just running around having a great time.
I know you mentioned, or I guess I asked if there's a possibility, if we can end up, having her come on with her mother before they leave. I'd love to kind of just hear about their experience, in working with, you guys kind of from A to Z and how the process has been for them. Because ultimate goal here, Hatching for Health is a organization that is here to help children with various diseases, disabilities, disorders, not only for, congenital heart diseases, but rather, obviously the sky's the limit, but it's going to be us finding people like yourself that are, already out there helping specific, children with obviously this particular criteria, the congenital heart, side, and being able to eventually, bring children to you guys that you will be able to help, or maybe there's something that we can also do in the future. What are some of the goals of the organization, just as you guys obviously doing a little over 400 surgeries in 20 years is, it sounds like unheard of, to think about they're all heart surgeries on children. But do y'all have any kind of, certain things that you're planning for in the near future?
So HeartGift is always, our main goal and vision is always to serve as many children as possible. There's so many children without access to care for congenital heart disease. And so our goal is really to serve as many children as we can. 3 years ago, we began partnering with some local physicians from here in Houston to help them with a mission trip they were doing to Bolivia. And so we've now assisted them with that trip, going to Bolivia for 3 years now and being able to serve additional children in country.
That's awesome.
We've also began partnering with Dr. Salazar from Memorial Hermann in doing some training for some pediatric cardiothoracic surgeons and cardiologists in Panama.
That are in other countries.
Yes, particularly the team in Panama, and they've been able to come and visit Houston and see
and go through some of the training
here. Yeah,
possibly service there.
That's a very new partnership, but very exciting as well.
And that's been over the last 3 years now that y'all have.
3 years we've gone to Bolivia, and then just starting this kind of 2019, 2020 is when we've started the Panama partnership.
Okay, so I would assume you guys look kind of for other opportunities like that where either doctors or mainly doctors come to you and say, hey, we have a country that we'd like to do some missionary work, and you kind of look at the,
We have a mission committee that was recently put together, and so they vet different programs that we might partner with, and so it's still a new venture for us. So it would just depend on it fitting into our model and our reach of what we're able to do as a small organization. So it would really be up to that very specific group of people.
Of course. Of course,
if that would be a fit.
Yeah. What are, 34 countries is a lot. I guess what are some of the ones that, kind of come to mind that y'all had children fly in from?
Sure. So one thing I was able to do since I came to Houston was whenever we bring a child from a new country, we kind of talk about opening that country. And so I was able to open the country of Malawi and bring the first HeartGift patient from Malawi. Next Tuesday, I will welcome, it'll be HeartGift's oh goodness, 5th patient from Malawi and the 4th one that I'll have the pleasure of working with.
Really? And that was something of you're doing specifically on kind of bringing that country on board?
Yes, I was able to find volunteers here in the Houston area from Malawi who speak Chichewa, and they've been very engaged with HeartGift to the point of then referring more children to us, and it was really exciting. I know the child who came, his mother was very hesitant, thinking, okay, this may be too good to be true, but just went home with this unbelievable experience that this child, it really happened. They came to the U.S., his heart was mended, he returned home to Malawi and can now go to school and do things a normal boy can do. So since that time, we've
had like 3 or 4 more.
Yeah, more kids come from this little small African nation of Malawi, and they're just the warmest people, and so that's really been exciting.
Yeah, they speak, what's the language you said?
They speak Chichewa.
Okay, I don't think I've heard of that before, but yeah. So you actually found local people in Houston that speak that language to be kind of a part of the process and helping with translating.
And host them and help provide food and yeah.
So this child coming next week, how old are they?
He's 9 years old.
Okay.
And he's coming from Blantyre, Malawi, and he's scheduled to have surgery on February 18th.
Okay. Wow. You're back to back helping. So the Bolivia child leaves on the 16th?
The 17th.
Okay. And then another one's flying right in.
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible. We don't have a whole lot of time, but I feel like I have so many more questions.
Sure.
But I definitely want to be able to keep in contact with you guys and kind of learn if there's certain stories that we can kind of bring onto the show with the child, the parent, and kind of tell what's going on. Because it just takes, one person seeing it and realizing, hey, my child has that, or, we have a fellow international friend that has a child, and this is a perfect opportunity. Because it's hard for people to find these resources, right? I wouldn't have known of you guys if it wasn't for Dr. Salazar and Herman Memorial. But I definitely, like I said, want to, keep in touch, and hopefully we can bring, you on with the Bolivia child and mother, and keep us in the loop. And if there's anything Hatching for Health can do to help you guys, we'd love to be able to do so.
Sure, that would be great.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure and like us on social media and download the NTV app, as well as watch us on the many streaming networks out there, including Apple TV.